Well, I left my bag with those ladies. I told them my computer was inside because she was putting it under her bed. It's a Chromebook. If I lose it, well, I don't want to lose it, but if I do, such is life. I also left a couple of my hard drives, but I kept one. These are the calculated risks that sometimes you have to take. And they wanted the money now, and I said, no. I said, I'll give you the 50 Hong Kong dollars when I get my bag back. Yep, it's hot. Hello. Oh, no, thank you. It's very hot. So I am going to actually go get something to eat, buy some water, and then get on the train. Yeah, I've got a couple butterflies today just because, I left my bag with those people, which introduces risk. And then also I'm going back out to I believe I'm going to the same metro I went the other time, but now I've got to connect with a couple buses to get where I need to go. And it's going out to what looks on the map to be some remote areas. Now whether they are or not, I'll be able to determine, once I get there. So far, I just went to the bank and got another 500 Hong Kong, even though I'm only here 2 more days, because hopefully this place on the beach is operating during the week, because today's Wednesday, not just the weekend. And I'm gonna rent a tent if it's available, which I'm sure they won't do for free. And the prices could be anything. I mean, worst case scenario, I hike at night and sleep in a train station, whatever. The key is just bring enough water and a couple snacks, like the salty cashews or something like that. Because I just had something to eat, and it's noontime, so I mean, that's why I've been doing the fasting. I've been training my body that if it needs to, it can go a day or two without food. But good to have water. So, just the unknown, I have a very light backpack right now, so that makes it really convenient. All right, I'm gonna go now. Okay, it's almost 1. This is okay because if everything goes smoothly, it takes an hour and a half to 2 hours to get out where they drop you off, and then it's an hour walk to the beach. So 6:30 is when the sun starts to set. So far so good. Okay, so I started out in Simsha Shui, and I'm going to Yau Ma Te, and then I'm switching to the Green Line, and I'm going over to Choi Hung. And from Choi Hung, you have to connect to a couple different shuttle buses instead of taxis. And there's inconsistent information online, so I'm going to find out exactly if this is possible or not. Signing off. Hopefully I don't have to take a freaking taxi. So I'm at Yau Ma Te, and I'm going 8 stops, 3, 6, 8 to Choi Hung. There are also some of the hikes where they go to Diamond Hill. Alright, so train gets here in 2 minutes, I believe. Oh, it's arriving. Wonderful. Alright, so when you get to Choi Hung, go over to exit C, right there. And that's where the shuttle buses were when I was here last time. And it also said that in the book, go to exit C. And the reason I went this way instead of one of the other recommended ways is I knew there was a Circle K here. It's where I bought my water and my cashews last time, and they're slightly cheaper than in Hong Kong, or Kowloon, where I stayed. And they had big bottles here for like 11, I think, or 7. I forget. Oh, see, 2 for 12. They were charging me in Hong Kong, they were charging me 7 for 500 milliliters. So this is going to be 1.5 milliliters. Yeah, see, 1.5 for 12. So I'm going to get 4. I'm going to get 4 of them. Now don't freak out when you get exit C and they've got C1, 2, and 3. Just look for where you're going. And we know we're going to Tai Keng, the green minibus, right there. So I'm going to C2. Now, if in doubt, always take a picture. If you take a picture of this, you can always refer to it, okay? Alright, so 1A, I took it to the end, and I was talking to that Filipino girl, which was, she was very helpful. So instead of taking another shuttle bus, I think I'm going to take the bus 94 to some pier and then take a boat for 20 Hong Kong dollars over to the start of a path that goes to that beach. So I got off across the way there on the minibus and I walked right across, and the last stop was bus 94, and the last stop is the pier that I'm going to. And I met that young kid. What is your name? Luca? Oh, I just know the song. You must hate the song. Do you even know the song? I was gonna say, that's how old it is. Look it up online. There's a song from a woman probably 30 years ago called My Name is Luca. I've heard it so many times, I think the first line is burned into my brain. My name is Luca. I live on the 7th floor or something like that. Look it up, alright? Okay. And if you hate it, it's not my fault. I didn't write it. Okay, so off we go. That kid's a very nice kid. He's from Germany. And he moved here when he was 8 or 9. He's now 16. And he's in his senior year at 16. Incredible. So I'll get some views here. And I met a girl from the Philippines who really was helpful on, I was going to take a different way, and she said take the bus and the boat. She said it's much easier, and I was thinking the boat might be better views anyways, so we'll find out. It's very, very hot and very, very humid. So. Here you go. That's my bus. Dropped me off at Wong Shek Pier. I'm going to see if this is the, let's see, it says Wong Shek Pier backwards. I'm going to see if this is the ferry to Tai Long Wan. See, it's a beautiful day. Alright, well, I almost got on that boat. Thank you. Hi, you're going to Tai Long Wan?
Tai Long Wan? Yeah,
yeah, Tai Long Wan.
Tai Long Wan?
Tai Long Wan.
Tai Long Wan? Chek Keng?
Yeah, to the beach. Yeah.
Chek Keng Boki.
Right, to the beach.
Yeah, Chek Keng Boki Tai Long Wan.
Yeah.
Walking Tai Long Wan.
Yeah, to the trail, the hiking trail.
Chek Keng.
Yeah.
Chek Keng 150.
It says
150.
no. It says 20.
Eh?
It says 20. Tai Long Wan.
My Tai Long Wan. Chek Keng Boki Tai Long Wan. Chek Keng Boki.
Okay. The Filipino girl said that the people here are very helpful. Well, she's wrong. Maybe on the weekend, but during the week there's nobody here. I arrived, so I am going to see if I can find somebody who either speaks Mandarin or English, because everybody here speaks Hong Kong Chinese, which is Cantonese, and you can tell because Hong Kong Chinese sounds like That's sounds a little bit different than Mandarin. Beautiful though. And that's, I mean, that woman, see, the thing you gotta be careful of, these people will lie to you. Like, I'm looking right at the schedule, and it says it goes from this pier over to Chek Keng. And she's saying, no, now either she's right, and I don't understand her, but I'm leaning towards she's wrong, and she knows she's wrong, but she's trying to get 150 kwai out of me, instead of the ferry being 15. All right, well, I found a young kid in there who could speak some English, but none of the ferries, well, nothing goes directly to the beach. And there's only one ferry that goes to Chek Keng, or Chek Keng, however you want to pronounce it. And the ferry doesn't get there till between 5 and 6 o'clock at night. So if I take that ferry, it then takes 2 hours to walk the trail. And it gets dark between 6:30 and 7. So I won't get to the beach until after the sunset. And that ferry costs 15, or I could strike a deal with this woman. She asked for a 150, I'm gonna offer 100. So she'll take 100. If she takes 100, I'll take the boat ride, because then I don't have to wait 2 hours. Because the boat or ferry arrives at 4:50 or leaves at 4:50 is what the kid said. And it's 3:05. There goes the boat. I was talking to 4 girls, 4 women, and they're going to some island they asked me to go, and I said, let's go in the opposite direction. They were on the boat with that woman who was fixed at 150, and I said to the woman, I said, I'll give you 100. That's as high as I'll go. And she got them in the boat. She came alongside, and they said 130. I said, no, you go. So they went. So maybe I should have bent, but I didn't. So now I'll have to wait for the boat, an hour and a half for this boat to come in from Wong Shek to Chek Keng. And plus the beach is facing east, so the sunset will be in back of me. So it's more important to see the sunrise. So, I mean, I would have preferred to go now, but I don't know. I mean, there was zero flexibility. Again, I do things out of principle. There wasn't anything that said I absolutely had to be there right now. So I basically bent a little bit. See, the price is 16 for the ferry, and it takes 10 minutes, right? And she was trying to charge 9 to 10 times that, and I said no, I'm not gonna pay that. So I'll just chill out for the hour and get the ferry for 16, and the boat gets there at 5:05, and I'll have an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to the beach. So if I really hump it, then I can get there before it gets dark. So if another boat comes along here, I'll ask them for a price, and if I get a price, I'll take it. Otherwise, I'll wait for this ferry. Leash boat. Well, a hot day to be in that gear. I think the other guy's a fireman. I think that's a fire truck straight ahead. Yeah, 2 fire trucks. Small. Well, it's such a beautiful day. Well, they did say online if you don't go on Sunday, transportation is more difficult. And they are right. It's unfortunate that these websites don't post more accurate information, though. Like, I mean, a picture of the schedule saying if you go on Monday through Friday, this is the schedule. See, I like to plan these things a little bit. Makes it, you know, you get full use of your day when you're able to schedule a little bit. I mean, if you go out and just wing it, then this is what happens. You know, you end up wasting 2.5 hours waiting for a boat. Yep. I could have paid the 150 kwai and gotten there at 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, but I didn't. So be it. I mean, I'm enjoying this. This is beautiful. Kind of reminds me of that town up in Austria. I forget the name of it. Well, this guy came by. I said, the old woman pressured him last time, and she's gone. So he said the same price she said, and I pulled out the $100 bill, and I said, you buy it? And I showed it to him. And you can see he was like kind of like a deer in headlights, and I said, free money. And he said, oh, okay, come on. So I grabbed my bag and I got on. Well, this is a very short ride. The ferry said it took 10 minutes, and it probably goes slow. This guy was here in less than 5 minutes. Now the risk with these things is they take you to the wrong place. There he goes. And the sign is faded, so there's another sign up there I'm going to walk over. You see the sun is starting to set now. Alright, signing off. Okay, well the wild card is going to be if I find the trail, right? Easily, without getting lost or sidetracked. It's always a variable. It's always a variable. Good thing is I have a compass on my phone, and I need to go basically east, southeast to east. Pretty here. Not a lot of buildings. And see, if I go to mainland China, to places like this, I can at least communicate with them. The people here, I can't communicate with as easily. I've found that if I go really slow with my Mandarin, they'll pick up some of the words, but then they'll, like when they say numbers, their pronunciation is different. Because he was telling me 150, and I heard the e-buy, and he said sure, or a form of sure, but he didn't use, it didn't sound like he used woo. Pretty. Grazing cows. Saw them in the road coming here as well. So you just got to watch where you step, because I see some bombs on the sidewalk straight ahead. Whew. Well, I've been going about 15 minutes. It's so hot. Thank God it's in the shade. Hit mice. I've gone 1 kilometer, according to that. A little bit more than 1 kilometer in 15 minutes. So 4 kilometers an hour. Now my map says 8 kilometers, but pick some random place. I just asked some Chinese guys how far, and they said about 1 hour. See, up again, here we go. Cripes almighty. That means there's got to be a down, right? I'll be able to ride down. Oh, this is up a while. I'm going to sign off, because I'm not going to be able to talk.